What's up, everybody? King of Fomo here, coming at you with your daily crypto update. Today we're going to be talking about the Arbitrum airdrop. Now it is officially live. In my last video, I tried to talk about the fact that it was live. I didn't realize it had 10 hours left, but we can see that it's been out for about maybe 12 hours now. These are the tokens that I have claimed, 4,250 from my wallet, and I barely use the Arbitrum network. And as you can see, that is currently worth, close to 6K, which is not too shabby. And that also brings me to my next point. I did make another video about my price prediction for Arbitrum, and my price prediction was sitting at around something like 17 cents. I wanted to see if I can find that tab open. 17 cents is what I said. This is where I made the prediction, and I made my prediction based off of Uniswap's market cap when it first launched, right after their airdrop. So I said Arbitrum has 1.2 billion tokens. We're going to take a look at the numbers. This is pretty much correct right here. And the market cap of Uniswap when it first launched was $220 million. Which would put Arbitrum, if it had the same effect, at about 17 cents. Now, I forgot, and I should have taken into account the fact that oh, sorry, you guys couldn't see that screen. I should have taken into account the fact that Arbitrum we're at a different point in crypto. So let me hold on. Let me adjust my OBS so I can show you guys what I was talking about right here. So go back to this point right here. So right here, like I said, the value of the tokens was 1.2 billion, and the market cap of Uniswap when it first launched was $220 million, which puts it at about 17 cents. And I also had a low end estimate as well, and I put it at about 8 cents, which is about half of that. And that's if all the tokens are claimed, I think, plus a couple more. That adds a little bit more extra value to the tokens, which would decrease the price to about 8 cents. Now, will we reach this price? We're still going to see. We still are in the price discovery mode for Arbitrum. But let me go back to right here. It's Google Chrome tab. Like I said, I could sell this right now for 6K, which is pretty nice. And I waited a little bit to make this video because I wanted to make sure that we are in a little bit of a price discovery. So what that means is we've sort of come to the point where a lot of people were able to claim Arbitrum, and if the price was going to have a massive dump, I think that it would have happened already. And in fact, it sort of did. I think the price of Arbitrum was at around like $10 at launch, right here, $8. So it already had its massive dump moment to about $1.24. And we're sort of at the first recovery moment, and we've sort of been stable at about $1.40 all day long here. Now, what does this mean for the next couple of days? How volatile is this token going to be in the next couple of days? That's really hard to say because, like I said, we're at a different point in crypto right now where there's a lot more usage happening. The trading volume for Arbitrum has already hit $2 billion, which is pretty mind-blowing. And the fact that that trading volume is so high and the price has stayed pretty steady leads me to believe that maybe we're not going to have as much volatility as I thought we were going to have in the immediate beginning here. We might sort of find some stability with Arbitrum in the short term. So do I think that we're going to go back down to 17 cents? It's kind of hard to say that 17 cents is realistic in the next couple of days right now, since it's holding up so well with the amount of trading volume that it has. Some other things to keep in mind, though, guys, and these are some important points, is let me see if I can go to the website right here. I don't remember exactly where it is. Let's type it in here. I think it's going to be, actually, no, it's going to be CoinDesk. Oh no, that's going to be on my other tab. Anyway, I'll get that link up in a second. But the main point I wanted to bring up was the fact that not all of the supply is out yet. So 1.2 billion circulating supply. There's two things to keep in mind. Not everyone has claimed their Arbitrum. I'm not sure if we can see if anybody knows the link to see how much Arbitrum was claimed. That would be helpful to kind of figure out, because I couldn't find it over here on the website as far as how much was claimed. I think people were giving numbers like 1% was claimed, or not that much was claimed. But once that value goes up, it's going to give us a better idea of how much more the price is going to move around as people are claiming. But if we have 50-60% claimed, that's going to be pretty much all of it, because I do think that there's going to be a lot of people that never claim their tokens. It's live for 184 days, but there's always people that are not really plugged into the space very much and don't really realize that they have the tokens, and they end up not claiming anything at all. So that's the first thing to keep in mind. The people that haven't claimed yet, that will affect the price if there's a massive amount of people that haven't claimed yet. The other thing that will affect the price pretty dramatically is the amount of tokens that have yet to be released. So hold on, let me get this tab out for sure now. This is CoinDesk right here. Put this right here. Wanted to get the exact numbers for you guys. Let's find supply. All right, so yeah, here it is. So the supply is supposed to be 10 billion tokens, 10 billion, and right now we're at 1 billion. So can the price drop another 9/10 of where it is right now? Let's see, what is 9/10 of $1.40? 9/10 of 140. Let's calculate that. Bring up a calculator right here. 140 times 0.9. So again, minus 126. So if we get the whole 9/10 of people that have claimed their tokens, and that's going to be over a long time span, so don't expect 9/10 of the token supply to be released tomorrow. And if everybody were to kind of claim those tokens at the exact same price that it is right now, we could see the price go down to about 14 cents, which puts it closer to my original prediction of 17 cents. So there's a lot of tokens that are yet to be claimed, and that was the main criticism of Arbitrum. And I think it says it in this article too, right? The other 44% of Arbitrum circulation is going to go to investors and employees of off-chain labs. That's a chunky amount of tokens right there. You know, we've seen other other coins that have huge amounts, huge supplies go to VCs, and then that's just terrible for the price if those VCs and other types of investors just decide, hey, we're gonna take our profit, because they're basically going to be an immediate profit, especially if they bought this token really cheap, or if they got this token really cheap based on their investment. A lot of times they're just gonna be okay capitalizing and taking a 10x or an 8x immediately after they get their tokens unlocked to them. So that's pretty detrimental. That might be pretty detrimental to the price, depending on what the VCs do. I think one chain that's similar to this, now don't quote me on this, but I think ICP is a coin that had a huge supply go to venture capitalists, which is why it dumped massively hard. I mean, this token was at $700 2 years ago, $700, and it's at $5 right now. And I think that is due to VC unlocks, which is what's going to happen with Arbitrum, and a huge supply going to VCs saying, hey, you know, this is a massive multiple 100x. I'm just going to cash out on this now, and maybe I'll buy back later, which is, you know, a smart decision if you are a VC. So let's see what you guys are saying here in the chat. See if you guys have any opinions. But yeah, we can also talk about where it can go in the positive direction. I don't want to just be all negative, because Uniswap, which is the coin that everyone's really comparing it to right now, in terms of just the fact that it's an airdrop token of a protocol, is currently at a market cap of $4 billion, where Arbitrum's market cap, let's go back to Arbitrum. I'm jumping around here a lot. Arbitrum's market cap is currently close to 2 billion. We can go ahead and round that up and say 2 billion. So if we sort of double that to where Uniswap is, that's actually a little bit more than double. That's like 2.5, maybe 2.3 times the price right here. Let's go ahead and calculate that. I gotta open up all these tabs here in different areas so you guys can see what I'm doing. So let's go ahead and multiply. Let's see, $1.40, and we're gonna multiply that by 2.3. So seeing Arbitrum get to the same level of Uniswap, maybe this could happen in a short period of time. We could see a price point of $3.21, which means on average, I think a lot of people did get around 4,000 Arbitrum tokens. That airdrop is going to be worth, let's multiply this by 4,000 equals, yeah, that airdrop is going to be worth $12,000, almost $13,000 for people that just tested out the platform. That's pretty mind-blowing. Honestly, it's surprising, but it's also not surprising that just testing out a token that much can give you that much profit. It's surprising because that's pretty insane. Like, it's hard for me to see value being retained that much on something that is created out of thin air, essentially. But at the same time, it's not that surprising because we've seen it happen before. It's happened with many coins, not just Uniswap, but this is one of the most popular ones. I think most people got, I think it was like 500 tokens. So 500 tokens worth of Uniswap is still worth about $3,140, which is not bad. And I think that a lot more people got the Uniswap airdrop, and a lot more people got the Uniswap airdrop with multiple wallets, because there's a lot of people playing around with that system when it first came out. So that's really, really good. And Uniswap's all-time high. I mean, let's get really into the speculation zone here. I love jumping into the speculation zone and the positive end of stuff. So let's look at the max chart for Uniswap. Look at the market cap for the max amount at all-time highs back in 2021, the beginning of 2021. We're looking at a market cap of $22 billion, which is about 10x of where Arbitrum is right now. So seeing a $10 Arbitrum is possible. You can possibly see a $10 Arbitrum in the near future if we do see crypto taking a turn for the positive in the short term. Now let's see what you guys are saying in the chat here. Michael Lamb says, buy now or cry later. Yeah, that's another thing. And a lot of people were questioning, what do I do with my airdrop, or what do I do since I didn't get an airdrop? Do I buy now? Is the first day a good day to buy or a bad day? And honestly, always, like, in my opinion, the first day to buy is always like a 50-50 toss up between your worst decision that you can possibly make and the best decision you can possibly make. So you have a couple more hours to make your decision about what exactly you want to do, but that 10x could be possible and very, very easy for people that scoop up these tokens at this potentially cheap price of $1.40, if it does go up to those levels that people are predicting. Great Contest, tell us what to swap. Great content, tell us what swap you're using to value the ARB. So that's Uniswap. I mean, you guys can look at, I'm sure this is on many centralized exchanges as well. I know you can always just look at CoinGecko and look at the markets, and the markets are pretty much even across the board. So it's on everything. It's on Binance, it's on KuCoin, it's on Huobi, it's on Uniswap. So that is the value that you guys are seeing right here. The 4,000 tokens worth about $5,000, $6,000 right now. If you were to scoop these up and trade them, and you can get it anywhere. You can get it in centralized or decentralized exchanges. But yeah, I mean, it's sort of exciting to me. I like the fact that it did really, really well. This is a phenomenal outcome for people that are using the Arbitrum ecosystem, for Arbitrum overall, and for Ethereum too. The fact that it can hold this price is, I think, great in the short term and the long term for Ethereum, just solidifying itself in the crypto space overall. So we can kind of take a look at Ethereum, and that just leads more to point towards, can Arbitrum get to $10? I think that, yeah, that is definitely in the realm of possibility, especially if Ethereum continues to do as well as it's doing, getting to its previous all-time high of $4,800. It's almost about it's close to halfway there soon. It's going to be pretty nice. Let's see what else kind of talk about here. Dune. Oh, people are using Dune. Yeah, Dune is that website that tells you how much Arbitrum's claim. Dune has so much stuff on it, though. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it if I just search Dune. Dune crypto. Dune. Here it is. Dune home. Dune.com. Dashboards. Arbitrum airdrop. I guess maybe it's this one. Here it is. So the initial Arbitrum supply is 10. Oh, this computer's so bright. I gotta decrease the brightness a little bit here. There we go. I don't like white screens. Arbitrum supply 10 billion supply, total airdrop 1.275 billion is the total amount that's going to be airdropped. Total airdrop allocation 12.75%. Latest price update about $1.37. And again, like I said, guys, don't be surprised if that number goes down a lot in the next couple of days. I still do think this is price discovery, even though we have $2 billion worth of volume. There's still a lot that can happen in a week's time span after these airdrops unlock to see kind of where people truly value the token. Because I'm sure there's a lot of people that are sitting on the token saying it's going to go up. And they're sitting on maybe huge stacks of the token. And if it doesn't end up going up, they might dump their whole big, fat, juicy bag, which is going to really devalue the price, maybe halfway or beyond. So just do be careful. This is the part where people might be a little euphoric, honestly, with how well the airdrop turned out. I mean, in terms of my price prediction, this is like 10x more than my price prediction. And they end up not selling because they're too euphoric, and then it dumps down to what, 10 cents, 17 cents, what a lot of people were expecting it to be in the cents amount. All right, let's see if this tells us how much was claimed. Here it is. So yeah, wow. So 72% of tokens has been claimed already, which is a lot higher than I anticipated. So almost everybody has their tokens, because I don't think this number is going to get close to 100. I think generally with airdrops, you usually don't have 100% of people claim anything. You always have maybe 15-10% of people just forget, right? But that's pretty impressive. 72% of tokens claimed, 70% of addresses claimed. So we got 30% left. So even if 30% of those people claim and dump their tokens, we're probably still not looking at pennies for the price range. User airdrop current value, $1.6 billion created out of thin air. And I mean, you can kind of say that it's created out of thin air. But I mean, these coins do have value. Uniswap does have value as a protocol itself. Arbitrum does have value as a protocol itself too, as people are using the system. I think it definitely has value if like how much is locked onto Arbitrum, how much volume is involved with Arbitrum, and the token. The whole value of the token is you have influence over what this multi-billion-dollar token, how they're going to change over time. You have influence over that with the token. So that is where the value comes from. I wouldn't just go off on a limb and say the value is created out of thin air. You have to really look at it that way. You have to look at the fact that there's billions of dollars circulating throughout this protocol, and with this token you have the ability to influence how those billions of dollars are going to be moved around in the future, essentially. So if you guys don't understand that part of the value, hopefully that gives you a little bit of better understanding of, how's this token worth more than pennies? This is a free token. That's, I think, a misconception that people have is, yeah, it's free, but this is the way to do it in a decentralized way. This is like one of the best ways to do it in a decentralized way. It's not perfect, obviously, because it would be, in my opinion, perfect if they airdropped to more people, like a more broad airdrop. The more you decentralize your coin, the better. Yeah, it's hard to do that, though. It's really hard to do fair distribution of a token without people gaming it too much. What else we have to say? I'm not going to be on here too long. I have to go to the gym. 73% claim, 70% claim. Thank you, Yogi. Thank you, Surav. But yeah, man, I am excited. Honestly, it's not even really about the price of Arbitrum. This whole couple months, the whole 60 days, has been exciting to me just for the Ethereum ecosystem, with so much that is in development right now. We have all the ZK stuff coming out for Ethereum. We have Ethereum's unlock. I think that's going to be the next thing that's coming out. No, the next thing that's coming out is Polygon's ZK. Polygon's zero knowledge thing is coming out next in a couple days. And then after that, I think it's going to be Ethereum's unlock of the withdrawals for validators. So these three things: Arbitrum's airdrop, Polygon's ZK thing coming out. You have ZK Sync doing their own thing that's coming out soon. I'm not sure when that is. And then you have Ethereum's validator unlock happening all within a span of 30 days, really. And if all of this stuff goes well, which so far, I mean, it is going pretty dang well, then we're going to see some really, really positive movement for Ethereum. I think one of the most positive things is going to be seeing how Ethereum reacts to the withdrawal unlock. Right, I think that is. I mean, they're all pretty big deals, but a lot of people are I think speculating that Ethereum is just going to get massively dumped as soon as everyone has access to their Ethereum again. Which I don't know. I really don't think it's going to be the case. And I think that once people realize, hey, Ethereum's not dumping, then they're going to want to pile into Ethereum. And I think that once people realize, hey, I can withdraw my money out of Ethereum, I don't have to wait for them to release anything anymore. Let me buy up a boatload of Ethereum and start staking it, start putting it in a validator, start using Lido, home staking, or doing whatever to earn some APY with this valuable asset that seems to be doing better than the USD right now. I think that once people realize those two things, then it's game over right there. Game over in a good way for Ethereum. So I think that personally, I think that's going to be the biggest deal in these kind of things that are happening in this month time span. But yeah, another thing that we can quickly talk about before we end off here is some news, some crypto news. I don't have any tabs to pull up for this, but Do Kwon's arrest in Montenegro. I don't really want to talk too much about that. Because I don't know if my opinions matter about that too much, because I don't really think that there's going to be that much solutions with Do Kwon's arrest. And so I'll save that to talk about second. And just the United States government really hammering crypto with the Coinbase. They're basically about to sue Coinbase for unregulated, for offering securities, which is their staking and all kinds of issues with that. But man, it really does seem like the United States government is it seems like they're doing one of two things. One is they're afraid of crypto. They don't want crypto to overtake the United States dollar because the USD is not doing too hot right now. A lot of other countries are looking at the USD and saying, we really don't want to rely on this thing anymore, and they're looking for other options. I saw an article about, like, I think it was the Philippines, or some Southeast Asian country saying, hey, we're gonna stop using Visa and MasterCard so we don't have to rely on the United States. And then of course there's the China and Russia thing going on. People talking about United States sanctioning countries and not wanting to be susceptible to sanctions. So a lot of people are, and then you have the whole banking crisis. So a lot of countries and people are looking at the USD and saying, there's other options out there, right? And they're starting to realize that these other options might be equally as good as the US dollar, or just slightly worse than the US dollar, or a little bit better than the US dollar, which hasn't been the case for a long time. The USD has been on the top of everything for a while. So I think the United States government is afraid of cryptocurrency, which is why they're attacking it so hard, because they don't want to lose their status as the top dog for currency, for a lot of reasons, a lot of bad reasons and good reasons. They don't want to lose their top dog status as the currency of the world, the USD. So it's either that or, honestly, it looks bad. I mean, the SEC is doing so much to try and say that crypto's bad, but I think the narrative that they're trying to create for the fact that crypto is bad is failing, like, hard. I think what they were expecting is a lot of people to be on board with them and say, yeah, crypto's bad, get rid of this, crypto's the worst ever. But I think that the fact that they waited too long to do it, maybe if they would have done this 2 years ago and talked about how terrible crypto was and started suing everybody and doing things like that, they might have been a lot more successful at crippling crypto. But the fact that they're doing it when their own dollar is doing so terrible, people are kind of looking at them and saying, like, what are you talking about? Crypto's Crypto's doing a lot better than the U.S. dollar. Like, why would we believe that this is not good stuff? You guys are doing a bad job managing the money. So that's just my thoughts on the U.S. government and how they're handling crypto. Honestly, I don't know if they're going to get very far with the attacks that they're doing. And I mean, that's what you got to call it attacks, because there are so many other ways that other countries have handled cryptocurrency in a much more amicable way, right? They set guidelines down, they work with crypto to make sure that it's working nicely. The United States government is, or I should say the SEC mainly, is just saying crypto is illegal and we want to control all of it. And the crypto's not biting back. Crypto's saying, nah, you're not going to control us. And what that means for people in the United States, like a lot of people are saying on ramps and off ramps will be destroyed. I think, yeah, there's going to be a lot of friction against crypto and the SEC and the US government, but I don't think that they're going to be able to just cut it off entirely. I think that's going to be very, very hard to do. So I wouldn't be frightened that crypto's going to become valueless. And the United States is beyond control for being able to devalue crypto. So that is everything. I think I'll stop there. I do have things to do. I just wanted to give my update on, I'm pleased. I'm very pleased with where Arbitrum is right now in terms of the price and in terms of everything. And even if the price goes down to half of this, that's still way higher than my prediction. And yeah, I'm looking forward to talking more about what the Ethereum ecosystem is looking like, especially in the next month. I'm really excited for all these things that are coming out. I don't know about you guys. So let me know in the comments section more stuff you guys want to talk about. Yeah, we'll go from there. All right, guys. I do have things to do, so I can't be on here too much longer. Gotta peace out now, so I'll see you guys in the next video. I don't know what I'm gonna make my next video about. I haven't recorded it yet, so we'll see. It might be a couple days before I put out a new one, or I might make a short version of this, non-live version of this.